Dr. and Mrs. Porchenko. Come in, please. Make yourselves comfortable.
Comfortable?
We realized how difficult this must be for you.
You perhaps, Grant, but the others I am not so sure about.
Believe me, Doctor, none of us want this to happen.
We have to see them, don't we?
I'm afraid so.
Two of your countrymen, your fellow countrymen, want to speak to you.
Countrymen? You call them countrymen, right? They are the DVX. And they will use every method they can to get what they want. Mr. Scorpio, but I am not in any need of sympathy.
We trusted you. We put ourselves into your hands.
Mrs. Porchenko, Robert had no idea. This is a government situation, and they have to handle things as diplomatically as possible.
Do you call this diplomacy? These people will do whatever they can to get what they want. They are trained to intimidate. They are trained to kill. They are the real reason why we left the homeland.
Protection. That's the only thing we wanted from you.
So little to ask.
Look, nothing is going to happen to you. I will take every precaution to guarantee you.
You don't understand.
Professor, I do understand. I was one of them. And there was a time when I decided to stay in this country that I, too, had to face them. In a situation, in fact, several situations, much more dangerous than this.
We're going to be right here, close at hand.
Our presence is going to ensure your safety.
We'll put you in an office right across the hall. All you have to do is yell out and somebody will come right in. They've assured me they only want to talk with you.
A lot can happen in a few short minutes.
You may wish to be diplomatic, Mr. Jackson. But you can be sure they have no such intention. Anyway, they can. They want us back.
Perhaps if Mr. Scorpio could be in the office with us at the meeting.
Well, I'm certainly in for it, yeah.
Yes, right here, next to us. Maybe that will deter them from using any physical violence.
All right, what do you say?
Impossible.
But
it's their diplomatic right to see you in private.
Their rights. What about our rights? Don't we have right to protection?
As defectors, you have very few rights at all.
You make it sound like we have done something bad. We have left our home, our family, never to return. We are at your feet begging for mercy.
Professor, please try to understand. Everyone here, I assure you, everyone here is on your side.
Then help us.
We'll be right across the hall.
No, that's not good enough, Grant.
I don't know what else we can do.
Look, Jackson, as a representative of the State Department, it's your obligation to guarantee these people's safety.
How do you propose I do that?
By making sure there will be no violence at the meeting.
I don't understand why everyone thinks there's going to be violence.
You know, it's funny. The DVX has that reputation.
I want to guarantee that there will be no physical abuse, no drugs, and no brainwashing.
Come on.
He's dead serious.
All right. I will see to it that the meeting is conducted according to the proper rules.
Thank you.
It's too bad Mr. Scorpio didn't adhere to the rules himself. If he had, our government wouldn't be in this jam.
How long do we have?
Well, they're waiting down the hall.
All right. Let's get on with it. Send them in, Mr. Jackson.
Very good.
Professor, I give you my word. I am not going to let anything happen to you. We'll be just across the wall.
You know, they didn't look violent to me. They looked just kind of ordinary.
Looks can be deceiving.
I wonder what they're saying to them.
I'll tell you exactly, Captain. First, the soft sell. The, how could you do this, or what have they got here that you haven't got at home approach?
So, what if that fails?
The slow turning of the screws begins.
What do you mean?
Anything from threats to cigarette butts.
Oh, come on. Now, you gotta be kidding. They wouldn't try anything here, not in a police station.
The Porchenkos weren't convinced.
It's not the physical violence that worries them, it's the intimidation.
Yeah, it's like the dog whose bark is worse than his bite. These guys rely on their reputations.
That's right. Back in the homeland, the stories of DVX horrors are legend.
Control through intimidation. Sad as it may be, half the world's going like that.
Yeah, and here we are. We can't do a darn thing about it.
No. They've probably got the Porchenkos' airline tickets in their hands now as we speak.
It's been over an hour already. There you go.
You can't imagine it. You have no idea what those people are going through.
Well, I'll tell you this. If it goes on for too much longer, I'm going to put a stop to it.
Defecting. You know, you never hear about it in this country.
People giving up everything just for the promise of something better.
I wonder.
What do you mean?
Well, what do we have to offer the Porchenkos of this world? Red tape, American official abuse, broken promises.
Except you're forgetting one thing.
I hope you're going to say freedom.
Exactly what I was going to say.
I just hope it's worth them risking their lives and certainly their futures for it.
To some people, it's worth all that and more. It was to me. You know, I'll tell you something about this system that we live in. You can gripe and you can complain all you want about taxes and bureaucracy, but when you get right down to it, there's not another place on earth that you can be this free. Now, if that's not worth dying for, I don't know what is.
I wonder if Porchenko knows that.
He knows it. If he didn't, that meeting would have been over after 15 minutes, and they'd be en route to the motherland right now.
You know, we all take it too much for granted. One of the men was asking for you, Captain Ramsey. Oh, gee, I forgot. Listen, I've got to get outside. You will let me know if something happens, huh?
Yeah, Bert, yeah. Well?
It's over.
And?
Big trouble. The Porchenkos refused to go back to the homeland voluntarily. DVX is demanding, Scorpio, that you turn them over at once.
Absolutely out of the question.
You don't have a choice, Scorpio. I'm not giving you one. We have to turn them over to the DVX immediately.
I gave them my word.
I realize that.
I promised them.
None of us have any control over this.
We can refuse.
We can't.
You don't understand. You don't understand. I am refusing to hand them over.
Don't you know what this means?
We can't think about that.
Turning those people over to the DVX.
It's murder, that's what it is. And the blood is on all of our hands, Jackson.